Back with another video. Today I'm going to be showing y'all how I do the matching juice label and Rice Krispie treat label. So I already went ahead and did the chip bag design. Y'all already saw how I did that. If you didn't, I'll link it below. Y'all can go check that out. But I like to keep all of my stuff like uniform, same design, everything. So the chip bag is always my base piece, I guess you could say. And what I do is I duplicate it, then I hide one of them. So we're going to take this one and we're going to remove all the pieces we don't need for, let's do the Capri Sun first. And also, I know y'all see that the colors are different on the logos. If you didn't see my last video or didn't watch it all the way to the end, I showed y'all how I did that in the Pixar app. So y'all can go and see that as well. So like I said, we're going to take the original chip bag and we're going to unflatten it. And I do like a lot of grouping, so go through and ungroup everything that you don't need. For the juice label, the only thing I need is this middle portion. So I'm going to delete everything else, and then we're left with this. So what I like to do to keep everything centered, we're going to recenter this, and then we're going to group it back. The juice labels, I do 5.4 inches in height and then 3.4 in width. So I changed the height to 5.4. And then I'm going to go over and get a square. Unlock it. We're going to do the 3.4 by 5.4. Then we're going to center that. Okay. Now we have to go back and ungroup this because we can't slice it while it's grouped. Then we're going to ungroup again. I told y'all I do a lot of grouping. Okay. So we're going to take the square and then the background and we're going to slice. Alright, so we're going to delete that one, delete this, then we're going to move this to the back. Okay, I'm going to zoom in a little bit. Now, we're going to make these a little smaller. Uh-oh, forgot I had an offset on there. Alright, so we're going to make these slightly smaller for now, just until I add everything else to it, and then I'm going to make it back bigger. Then we're going to go and get the Capri Sun logo. Okay. You don't want it too big, so I normally do it like around 2.5, give or take. You want it kind of all the way to the top, but not touching the edge. Bring it down a little bit. Then we're going to go back, make this bigger. And you also don't want the bottom part to be all the way at the bottom either. That way when you're cutting it out, just in case you mess around and cut too much, you're not cutting off the words. So then we're going to go and center these. I'm going to group that together. And then we're going to center it to the background. Then go down and flatten. Simple, right? Okay. So we're going to hide this one. We're done with that. And we're going to go back and duplicate our chip bag one more time. Okay. So for the Rice Krispies, let's unflatten it. So we're gonna keep this part, but we're gonna delete, of course, the Cheetos because we're not doing Cheetos. Like I said, do a lot of ungrouping. Okay, delete that. Gonna delete that as well. Now, for the Rice Krispie labels, I do those 5 by 6. And you can do it either direction. So I'm gonna show y'all both ways. Okay, so for this one, let's zoom in. Well, let me pull these over. Okay, so for the center part, this right here, if we're doing it this way, straight up and down, it needs to be no bigger than 2 inches wide. But we're going to ungroup this because we want to add the Rice Krispie logo to it. So we're going to bring that down. Let's make it a little smaller. And then I uploaded both because I wasn't sure which one I wanted to use. I try to keep them all the same color. So if I change the logo color for one of them, I try to do them all the same color. But sometimes the other color, well, like matching the colors don't really look right to me. So, hold on. Let me get that back. 1 second. Okay, let's bring that to the front. Gonna move that up. Okay, so you see how here, how the blue is kind of blending into the sky? So we can either move it down and move this up. Let's say we want to move that up there. Keep that in the middle. Put that there. And then you see you can't really see what it says at the bottom. But I mean, who cares, right? You know what it says. So we can keep it that way. Keep this the same over here. Like I said, make sure it's no wider than 2 inches. So we can make this bigger. Make that bigger. And same, like I said, for the Capri Sun label, you don't want it to be all the way like too close to the edge. Because for these, oh shoot, hold on. Forgot to group it. Make sure you group it first. But with these, we're gonna be crimping them and cutting the ends of them like we did with the chip bags. So you don't want it too close to the end. So like I would make that a little smaller. So you want to be able to see it, well, see the full thing whenever you go to crimp it. And then for this side, I do about 1 inch, maybe 1 1/4. Not too big. Let's see, we'll do about right there. Then we're just gonna line it back up. Wheel. There we go. Okay. And I don't put anything on that side because sometimes it'll overlap. And you don't want it to look too crowded since the Rice Krispies are so small. There's not a whole lot of space. So I just keep it simple. Logo there. Keep the same as the chip bag over here. Then we got that. Okay. Now let's see how the red looks. Okay, so you see with the red, I don't like how the red looks down at the bottom. So let's do some rearranging. Okay, so we can do it that way as well. It may look a little crazy on the screen with actually seeing it like actually wrapped around the Rice Krispie. But it's okay. It's gonna look nice. So the other way, so like I said, this is if we're wrapping it long ways. So now if we go over to this one, let's move this one out the way. Alright, so let's say we're doing this one. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna move this out the way for now. And ungroup those. Alright, so now we're gonna make sure it's not more than 2 inches height wise. You see how this kind of clash? You don't want that. So we can keep it in the center, or we can move it over there. Haven't decided yet. Right now we're gonna keep it in the center. Then we're gonna move this one over here. Make it a little smaller. Like I said, you don't want them all the way to the edge. Alright, so then we're going to bring this back over there. Okay. There was no point in me moving it the first time, but disregard, y'all. I'm tired. Anyway, so with this one, we're actually not going to keep this here. So, disregard what I just said. I'm not about to go back and edit it out. Anyway, so we got this, and we got this. You don't want it more than 2 inches in height. Like I said, we're going to align these. Okay. Let's regroup them. And we're going to center it. Okay. So now for the back part of it, we're going to take this, but we're going to rotate it. Then we're going to make it, like I said, no more than 1 1/4. I just do it like that. And you can choose to either do it on this side or on this side. I'm going to keep it down here. And then align it. Bring up just a smidge. Let's realign it. Okay. Boom. That's it. Oh, no, it's not. Forgot my Rice Krispie treat label. That's what I forgot. Alright, so let's bring this back over. I told y'all I'm tired. I worked all day. But anyway, bring that over. Then we have this. And kind of angle it a little. Make it a little smaller. Okay, we can leave it like that. Let's ungroup this because we want all our stuff to be even. So we're gonna align it and then we're gonna distribute it. Okay, now again, you see how you can't hardly see it. It's okay. We can either keep it like that or you can put like a very small offset around it. Like you want to barely be able to see it. And then you can change it to white. Now you can see it. You can do that on the other one too. Okay? Looks nice to me. Now let's say we want to try the red. Let's take it from over here. And turn a little bit. And let's do another offset. Okay, there you go. So if I was doing it this way, I prefer the blue, the original logo. But if I'm doing it that way, I prefer the red. Y'all let me know which way y'all prefer. But that's it. Super simple. And like I showed you in the chip bag video, you'll flatten it and print it from wherever you want to print it from. You can print the Rice Krispie labels and the juice labels. You can print them from Cricut because they're not big, but you're not going to be able to print that many. So I print mine from Canva like I showed y'all because I'm able to get more per sheet than I can with Cricut, which sucks. But y'all know how Cricut is. So just going back. Let's group that together. And then what I do whenever I'm sending it to my customer. Hold on, y'all. So when I send it to my customer, I just go in and get all of them. What is this? And I just screenshot it, send them a picture. Let them approve of it. Print it out. And we're done. We're putting it together. So I'm not going to make it a two-part. So the next clip, y'all will be seeing me once I get them printed. I'll show y'all, like I said in the last video, I'll re-show y'all how I assemble the chip bag since the angle was bad. And then I'm going to show y'all how I add the juice label and Rice Krispie label. And how I put the hole in the front for the juice label. Okay? And I'll show y'all the sticker paper I use. So stay tuned. Okay, y'all. So this is the paper. It's on Amazon. I think it's like less than $15 for 100 sheets. Then I went ahead and cut out the Rice Krispie labels and the Capri Sun labels. You see right now I don't have the holes punched in them. If I'm shipping them out, I don't punch the hole in them because on the Capri Suns, the hole is not in the same spot on every juice. So with that, I either tell them they can, you know, punch the hole themselves, or some people like to just put it on the back. But when I'm doing them like completed, I like to put them on the front. So since we already have the juice, we're going to do that first. So I go and peel the straw off the front. And you want to do it to where you're not ripping the plastic off. Like that. And then we're just going to flip it over with the sticky stuff that's still left. and stick it on the back. Okay. I went ahead and I did one more just to show you the difference and where the holes are on the front. You see how this one closer to the eye? That one's a little further away. So, I take my first one and then I just kind of eyeball it. I like it to start like all the way up here. That way you don't have it hanging like off at the bottom. And then I kind of just estimate about where the hole should be. Nine times out of 10, you're not going to get it in the exact spot on the first one. But since all of them are different, I just use the first one as a guide until I find the right juice that fits it. And then I just save that one to the end to stick on. I'm going to do it about right there. And line it back up. Well, look at that. I told y'all 9 times out of 10. And it's just right. So, I'm going to set this one to the side because I'm going to use this one for the rest of them. And I know this one fits it just right. And then, I'm going to get this one and line it up. And you can see here how this one needs to go down and over to the right just a little. So, we're going to get our next one. And if the camera is wobbling, y'all, I'm sorry. I found an old, it's not really a tripod. It's one of those things to go around your neck. Because I still haven't ordered the other tripod. But anyway. So this one we're going to put closer over between the I and the S. Mold that one. Let's see. Close enough. See? Alright, so then we're going to peel the backing off. These nails don't let me be great. Okay, so we got it off. And then we're going to go back and line it to the top. Like that. And then I smooth it out in the middle all the way to the bottom. And then I do one side at a time. That's it. Got your straw. And your label. Okay. Now for the Rice Krispies. I'll finish the rest of the juices later. Rice Krispie treats. Let me have this. So, you see how there's air in the pack, which is going to make it bubble up whenever you try to wrap it. What I do, because I don't do these orders until like a couple days before their party. Because everybody that orders them, they're local. But what I'm doing, it doesn't really matter whether they're local or not. But I do a small little slit You may say, well, will it get stale? No, it won't. Because you're going to squeeze all the air out and flatten it down. And then it's getting wrapped back into the paper, so it's still being closed. There's no air getting to it. So, let the air out, flatten it down. We're going to take the backing off. Okay, now for these, depending on which way you're doing them, like this or like that, I line mine up with the middle picture. So, kind of just eyeball it. You want it to be centered in the middle. And then you want to get it as straight as possible. Like that. And then you're going to take whatever side doesn't have the writing on it. You're going to fold the opposite side down first. So you're going to bring it up. Flatten it. Like that. I know y'all wobbling. And then do the same for this side. Okay, y'all. I was going to edit it out and go back and re-record the beginning part when I was showing y'all the Rice Krispie labels. But I ain't going to go through all that. Just take this as a lesson learned. Don't work on orders when you're sleeping. Because I told y'all the wrong dimensions if we're doing it this way. It's the same dimensions, rather, but I forgot to change it. Instead of it being 6 by 5, doing it this way, it's going to be 6 this way and then 5 across. So, if you saw in the last clip when I was showing y'all how to wrap it, this was the original one. And it's too big for one. And then 2, the way it would have to be wrapped was this way, which made it too short to wrap around the back, like y'all saw. And I had already printed and cut all of these. And I had to go back and reprint them and recut them. So, this is how it's supposed to be. Still the same sides in the middle. You don't want it more than 2 inches. And then for the width part, I do 2.5. That way you have, like, whenever you wrap it around here, it's not hanging off the sides for when you crinkle and cut them like these. See? So, let's try this again. I'm going to take the Rice Krispie. I'm going to cut just a small little slit to get the air out. Take the backing off. And we're still going to line it. Match it up with the center. You want to try to get it as straight as possible too. Because you're going to stick it like completely around. It's not going to be any air lift in it. Flatten it down. Trying to keep y'all from wobbling. Then bring the other side. See how that's so much better than the first one. Then you just go and flatten it out like how we did on the chip bags. It may be like a little like that, but we're gonna cut it off so you're not gonna be able to see it. Do it like that. That's it. Then you're gonna go in and crinkle, crimp, or whatever you want to call it, and then cut it. Okay? Okay, so in the last video I told y'all I'll give you a better angle of the chip bags. So you put the strip of tape on this end, and then you flip it over. You're gonna put one on the bottom and the top, and you don't want it all the way to the edge because you're gonna cut the white part of it off. So this is the completed one. I still had to go through and crimple and cut all of them, but I just want to give y'all a better angle of how I do the tape. And then, hold on, let me pull the tape off. We'll pull the paper off the tape. Trying to do it with one hand. So y'all won't keep wobbling. And if y'all have any recommendations for a tripod, let me know. Okay. Take our chip bag. And then we're going to line the edge up with the side of the tape. Like that. And then I just take my hand to the bottom. Make sure it's all pressed together. And then we're going to make sure our image is in the center. Like that. Flip it over. I push my chips as far as they can go. And we push the sides in. Then I do one more little pop in. There you go. And then, like I said, you go in, crimple, cut all of them. These are the finished juice labels, in case y'all want to see. And we just got to crimple those and then do the rest of the Rice Krispies. Alright, so that's it for today's video. I hope y'all enjoyed. If you liked it, give me a thumbs up. And like I always say, let me know what else y'all want to see. I'm not really sure what the next video is going to be about. So whatever y'all put in the comments, then that'll be the next video I do. I do a lot of crafts, so give me anything. It doesn't have to be treat related. It could be anything else. Well, not anything. But you just give me some ideas and I'll let y'all know if I can do it or not. Okay? All right. Well, y'all have a great day and thanks for watching.